Am I the asshole for moving in with my grandparents? My 16 male parents got divorced last year. It was hard enough, but they both found new partners within 6 months with kids of their own. I have 50-50 schedule and it absolutely sucks. I feel like I don't fit in either house. My step-siblings an awful on both sides. They are entitled brats who use the excuse of "it's my house" to get whatever they want, and neither of my parents care. I feel like an afterthought to both of them because they have new families. It sucks. I'm tired of packing my shit every damn week. I was talking to my grandparents on my phone and they offered to let me live with them. They live in the same city as I do. This was 2 weeks ago and I moved in. Both my parents were pissed but they haven't done anything. All my extended family is saying I'm awful for leaving, but I'm much happier. I'm starting to feel bad though, so I'm posting here. Sorry if this seems like a rant. Not the asshole. You need adults in your life who are willing to prioritize you. I'm only sorry that your parents couldn't be those adults. Glad you have your grandparents though. Not the asshole. I feel like an afterthought to both of them. If that's not a reason to not live with them, I don't know what is. Honestly, half-half visitation is a joke. Some people try to make it work, but a child gets used to one house and then has to get used to another in a short period of time. It's hard and not right. I get both parents wanna spend time with their kid, but in most cases it's more detrimental to the child. Also, you're definitely not the asshole. Not the asshole. I am glad you had grandparents to fall back on. Not the asshole. You deserve to feel welcome in the place you call home. Neither parent has seemingly made an effort to ensure you feel you have a place in their home, so you found respite with your grandparents. You deserve stability and familiarity. You deserve to feel at ease. Not the asshole. I'm sorry your parents are so selfishly concerned with their own happiness instead of caring about yours. Moving in with your grandparents is the best decision you could have made for yourself. I know it doesn't mean anything from an internet stranger, but I'm proud of you for putting yourself and your happiness first so you can focus on having a happy life. Not the asshole. You've a whole lot to adjust to and deserve some stability. My heart breaks for you. Although, you might want to ask each parent for a bit of one-to-one time, where they can take you to breakfast or something on occasion, partly to avoid burning bridges permanently, but also, because you are hurting, and this might help you ease the pain if they can be taken out of the chaos of their own life to look you in the eyes and see that you have some needs, too. Not that you need to move in or anything, but keeping a chance open for a decent relationship. But, if they use that opportunity to focus on manipulating you or guilting you into moving back, drop it and focus on your own life. Not the asshole. I'm so sorry for what you're going through. You're at the beginning of a stage in your life where you'll learn to identify the people who don't positively impact your life or mental health, which means you have absolutely no obligations towards them even if they're family. Your grandparents sound lovely and understanding, and given the fact that your parents haven't done anything about you moving out, it sounds like you're exactly where you need to be. Do what makes you happy. Anyone trying to guilt you into doing anything different for the sake of social convention or a twisted sense of what family are obligated to put up with from one another, can quite frankly go and fxck themselves. Not the asshole. It sucks not having stability in your life, especially when you're young. Not the asshole. I'm sorry your extended family can't be more understanding, but it's comforting to hear that your grandparents are being helpful with your living situation. Hopefully your parents have a wake-up call and realize that having you live like that is very selfish on their part. Not the asshole. You're coming to the age where you need to do what's best for you. If that's the environment you prefer, then that's your prerogative. Just make sure you can handle the consequences of straining your relationships with your parents. Not the asshole. Not the asshole. You did what was best for you. Fuck what any of them think, because they all made sure they were happy and didn't even give a fuck to make sure you were happy, and you're their biological child. You shouldn't have to suffer or be uncomfortable or stressed at a constant because of that. Do you, homie? Absolutely not the asshole. I'm so sorry you're in a rough situation, but glad you have grandparents who can give you a healthy environment. If your parents' houses aren't that, it's on them, definitely not on you. Wishing you luck. Tell them that's the fucking problem. They let little kids rule their house. Not the asshole. Not the asshole. I'm sorry your parents are not doing right by you, and glad you have someone, grandparents, that can give you the love and stability you need right now. I hope your parents get over themselves soon. Not the asshole. It is not your job to make your parents happy. Prioritize yourself, not them. They don't give you the love and attention you need. Your grandparents do. Simple as that. Don't let them make you feel bad. You deserve more than that. Your extended family doesn't matter. You do your still growing worry about yourself. If they wanted to be a family unit with you, they should have thought about that before they pushed you off. I'm sorry you have to deal with this. No teenager should. Stay strong and love yourself. NTA. My eldest did the same thing, although not after a marriage breakdown. He just needed space from his siblings. It was the best thing for his mental health and ultimately our relationship, although it hurt at the time. I hope your parents come to see this too. I wish you all the best. Not the asshole. Divorce is hard on everyone. You and your grandparents are doing the best you can to give you some stability. I hope you are still seeing your parents even if you don't stay overnight. At 16, I assume you are in high school. You need a stable place. Keeping track of books, homework, permission slips, pay clothes, sports gear, it's hard enough without it being spread out in 2 houses and a locker. Not the asshole. Why should you be the only one who doesn't get to leave? Sounds like your parents left a bad marriage to start each their own toxic families. You don't need to be a part of that. Not the asshole. Both my parents were pissed, but they haven't done anything. All my extended family is saying I'm awful for leaving. If you were the kind of parent who just wants me to be happy no matter where I am, I'd probably stay with you. And #X200B. All my extended family is saying I'm awful for leaving. I'm where I can be happy. Isn't that important to you? Not the asshole. Both my parents were pissed, but they haven't done anything. I think this speaks for itself. Not the asshole. Not the asshole. As someone who also chose to move in with their grandparents, I'm here to assure you it's 100% okay to put your needs first if you're unhappy with your living situation. Your parents made their decisions and you made yours. Isn't it wonderful living with grandparents? I miss mine terribly. Enjoy this time with them and don't regret a thing. Not the asshole. Every summer I came home during college. I lived with my grandparents due to a stressed relationship I had with my mother. My grandfather passed away about a month ago, and I cannot overstate how much I cherish the memories of our time together. It's a wonderful gift to get to live with your grandparents. Use your time wisely. Ask them questions and listen to their stories. We would go walk the mall together, watch old John Wayne movies, and brunch at their favorite restaurants. Now I'm an adult who lives across the country, and still when I come home to visit I sleep in my grandma's guest room. 10 out of 10 would recommend. Not the asshole. Hell no. You are near the age of an adult and getting ready to start your life. Screw that. Not the asshole. You have to take care of yourself. This is the first time I have heard from a child's POV 50-50 Kusti and moving every week. Thanks for your POV on it. Not the asshole. I'm glad you have your grandparents. Your parents should stand up for you. If they're not going to, they can kick rocks. Your parents aren't blameless. They've only been divorced a year, and already they've married and forced you to deal with their divorce and new families within that time? I'm sorry that they absolutely are not thinking about you at all. They are not being parents to you. Please move in with your grandparents so you can some stability in your life. Not the asshole. Oh God, I didn't know they still did 50-50 week-to-week split custody anymore. They figured out how bad that was for the kid back in the early 90s. I did this too back then and it's awful, and my parents weren't half the selfish AHs yours seem to be. Not the asshole times a million. Let them grumble while their brats scream around them. The grandparents' house sounds way better for you. As someone who grew up with the majority of my childhood being 50-50 split custody, it really does absolutely suck. I basically lived out of a suitcase half my life growing up. It was the worst. You are definitely not the asshole, and I'm really glad you have an option for some stability. Sounds like a way better situation than having to pack up your life at the end of every week and keep going back and forth. They really need to stop awarding that split custody bullshit. It's not a healthy way for a kid to have to live. Not the asshole. This isn't a good arrangement for you, and your well-being outranks your parents and their desire to make you play ping-pong with your life. Not the asshole. Your grandparents sound like the only adults here. Not the asshole. My folks divorced when I was 14, so I understand the living situation of 50-50. It sucks, plain and simple. And my folks were still in the same town without partners. So, you are totally justified with moving in with your grandparents, especially after they offered. Your parents have taken care of their needs, you need to take care of yours. Good luck. Not the asshole. Good on you for finding a creative way to have a stable home environment. The fact that neither parent has challenged it shows you're correct that they're distracted by their new families. Was just hearing Filthy Frank's STFU in my head while reading this because honestly extends family butting in without actually fixing the issue and blaming a child is disgusting. You aren't happy and your parents aren't putting you as a priority either and that hurts. Not the asshole. I'm glad you have your grandparents. Not the asshole. Obviously your parents do not really care about your feelings in this situation. Besides, they are now happy with their new family and just don't care that you are not. Both my parents were pissed but they haven't done anything. This is because they know they suck and have no willpower to correct the situation. Probably because new family matters more to them and you leaving both of makes them looks bad. But they are though. Don't feel guilty. Even your grandparents understand what you're going through and welcome you. Others' opinion doesn't matter. As long as you are happy. Good luck and take care. Heart. Not the asshole. No. You are too old to form childhood-type relationships with these new step-siblings and your parents clearly are prioritizing themselves. Mine divorced when I was 8. That was a good age for step-siblings. You can have adult relationships with yours in the years to come, but it's not necessary now. I'm gonna assume you're an only child. This makes it way harder. You are doing what you gotta do. If your grandparents' house is open to you, stay there. Maybe negotiate a visitation schedule for when you see your parents, on your terms. Hang in there, man. You are showing courage by doing the right thing for you. Edit. Also, your parents might not be doing anything because they both spent more than they wanted on the divorce, which works in your favor to choose how to live your life. Not the asshole. Your parents need to step up and have a hospitable home for you. If they expect a 16-year-old to want you stay with them. Not the asshole. I was in the exact same situation, but I couldn't be free of them till 18 when I moved with my grandparents and I also wanted to finish up high school. To finally have some stability in my life has been a blessing. Block out all the hate and live your life. Not the asshole. The only adults I could trust at your age were my grandparents. I moved out of my parents' houses and in with them because it was the healthiest home for me. You do what you need to do. Not the asshole. Not the asshole. I think you are doing what you need to do to be happy. The real question that should be asked by your parents is why you felt the need to do that. Instead they are just angry about it. Says a lot and basically confirms what you've said. I would ask other family members who are expressing anger if they would enjoy packing their crap up every couple of weeks to go stay in another house where you're basically not wanted by your step-sibs, or the parents. If they wouldn't like that idea, then why should you be made to feel guilty when you can have a place to stay all the time instead of bouncing around? I have divorced parents and it sucks. My story is definitely on the better side of the spectrum, but it wasn't peaceful. I don't have to pack up much stuff anymore, but I used to for the longest of time. Almost every day I have to go back and forth between the houses 'cause of school. Honestly, you made the right decision, maybe the only humane decision. If there's anything you can learn, make sure that when you get married your significant other won't be a bitch to you later in life, so your kids don't have to go through that. Not the asshole. Not the asshole. This was a good solution. I'm sorry your parents blew up your world. You'll get through this. Not sure why your family is mad you made a move to live where you're most comfortable. You do you. Not the asshole. Dude, same exact situation. I wish I had been able to move somewhere else, hid in my room constantly at one place just to pack everything and hide in my room there because literally my siblings would tell me that they wished I would just stay at my dad's so they didn't have to see me. Not the asshole at all. Your extended family can go rot if they haven't even bothered to ask you why you felt the need to leave. Your parents should have put you first and it sounds like they haven't. I'm so sorry you're going through this. Hey hun, I think you did the right thing and that your happiness is proof. You might find someday that your feelings about your step-siblings weren't really realized. No rush or pressure, but you are likely to feel like you more or less. Don't hate a potential ally. This is a big deal for everyone, even though you had to find freedom sooner. Good luck, just try not to hate your siblings. Not the asshole. These next few years with your grandparents as your supporters are going to be big ones. Remember this clearly for later down the line for when and if you choose to disown your parents. From one divorcee child to another. Your life is yours and no one can try to make claim on it.